welcome to my channel, The Californian Polyglot, and today I'm going to be discussing 5 English idioms or expressions that have to deal with animals. I'm currently studying for the California State Court Interpreting exam specifically for Spanish and Portuguese, so I'm going to leave the translations of these expressions in Spanish and Portuguese in the description box below, and if you're a native Spanish or Portuguese speaker, I'd appreciate your comments down below. If there's another way of saying one of these expressions or a similar expression, then feel free to leave a comment. One of the interesting facts when you're comparing idiomatic expressions that use animals is that the animal that's used changes depending on the culture. For example, the English expression "an old dog doesn't learn new tricks" when translated to Portuguese would be in English, "an old donkey doesn't learn new languages. Burro velho não aprende novas línguas." So it's very interesting how they're very distinct and different when you translate these idioms. Some idioms can be similar between languages, but these are almost all the time different and when you're comparing them and translating, whether in interpreting casual conversation or translating documents, these are always a challenge to do. So I want to give some common idioms for language learners and just to help me review as well for the exams I'm going to be taking. The first out of the 5 is to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And what this means is that you're able to do 2 things at once. For example, what I'm doing right now, I'm making this video to help English learners, and I'm also helping myself to review and study for the exam. So I'm doing those 2 things at once. So I can say, by making this video, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone by completing both of those actions. Second expression is a bull in a china shop, which just by the sound of it, a bull is very destructive in things like in the rodeos where people are riding bulls and they destroy things, and a china shop has very fragile chinaware and different items. And what this refers to is somebody who's very careless or clumsy, who breaks things a lot, who isn't careful in what they do. The second one, or the third, is also related to a bull again, but in a more positive way. And this expression is to take the bull by the horns, which means you confront a problem directly. If there's an issue or something, you don't try to avoid and go around it, but you directly address it to the person. If you were in a car accident, you would directly get all the insurance and the information you need to resolve that problem. That would be taking the bull by the horns, rather than, oh, you got in a car accident and then you drive away and try to avoid the problem. Fourth one is elephant in the room, and this refers to a big issue, which that refers to the elephant, that nobody wants to discuss openly, or it's more in secret. For example, if you're at a workplace, you might find sometimes during a break the employees are talking about their manager or about things they dislike about the company, but they're not going to openly say that in a business meeting or in a more formal matter because they could get in trouble. So they do that more discreetly or in secret. So that would be an example of an elephant in the room, something that's big and important, but nobody wants to discuss it openly. And the fifth expression is cat got your tongue, which is another way of saying, why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you speaking? When you're just pausing in a moment of silence and you're not talking, then somebody might say to you, cat got your tongue, to say, why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you responding? And I hope those expressions helped for both language learners out there or people who maybe don't hear these English expressions as often from another English-speaking country, and hope these helped. Bye.